A study conducted at Appalachian State University found that simply going for a short walk causes boosts in immune parameters, most notably for neutrophil and natural killer cell blood counts. Why does this matter? And how could this possibly be so easy in as far as defending our bodies from COVID-19 and other viral infections? Let me dive in a little bit deeper and explain why. There's a brand new study published in the peer-reviewed journal Medical Hypothesis that found that on average, people with low natural killer cell blood counts had much higher rates of severe infections from COVID-19. The folks who had lower levels of natural killer cells had worse infections and higher mortality rates. We're not a victim here. You can improve the function and production of your NK cells by getting your ass outside and simply going for a walk. But we were told to stay inside. Fear going outside. And that really turned around and slapped our society in the face, and nobody apologized for it because a recent report coming out of New York found that 88%, this is the combination of folks who strictly sheltered in place and people who were forced to shelter in place in nursing homes, 88% of the people who had severe infections from COVID-19 were the people who didn't go outside, who severely implemented shelter in place or were forced to shelter in place, ended up in the ICU more often. 88% of the cases. Going outside was not the problem. Our overall health is the problem. We already talked about walking in relationship to our NK cells, but also just movement period helps to create these short-term boosts in those parameters. Let's talk about some other things. And also we're going to get to a really powerful point on why NK cells are so remarkable. But you know what else improves NK cell production and activity? Good sleep does. Surprise! The things that help us to be healthier in everything make us healthier in this too. Data published in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology found that sleep deprivation directly reduces the production and performance of your natural killer cells. Again, peer-reviewed journal that I mentioned earlier found that people with low natural killer cell counts had a much higher rate of severe infections and mortality from COVID-19. Getting adequate sleep. Your immune system literally retools and reloads itself when you go to sleep. Why are we not talking about this? Why are we allowing people to be in our faces? Not literally because, can't be in people's faces right now, but like on the television, on our social media feeds, and telling us everything but this. That we know in our hearts, we know in our core that these are the most important things, not just for viral infections, but for everything. Everything. All right, so again, this is actually serious stuff. This is serious stuff. I know I'm smiling right now. It's because I said ting. All right, but this is serious stuff because when we're talking about natural killer cells, many of these pharmaceutical companies that are trying to create vaccines so that we can finally, quote, get back to normal with COVID-19 out there, they're creating vaccines that specifically manipulate your natural killer cells. Huh. What? Yeah. It's because it matters. But you can it's already in you. The ability to improve the production and performance of your natural killer cells is already within you. It's already within you. The FDA has already cleared an experimental new drug for NK cell-based COVID-19 therapy. Man, I've been talking about this for a couple of months now. I started off right out of the gate talking about natural killer cells, performance, what damages them, what helps their performance, because I saw some early data showing that, your natural killer cells are very effective at killing coronavirus infected cells. But what do? We turn on the news, we turn on the olds, and we feel disempowered. You know, we run and hide, we put our heads in the sand, we say we don't have any power in this, we don't have any say in this. The experts say that this is the thing to do. The experts aren't telling you the truth. The experts aren't telling you what you can actually do to get yourself healthy, your family healthy, and to feel empowered in an increasingly complex and sick world. COVID-20 is coming. COVID-21, 22, it's not stopping. We don't know a damn thing about viruses. For real. Your favorite virologist? We know less than 1% of the viruses that there are. And of the viruses we know about, we barely know anything about them. We do know a sufficient level of information about how our immune system functions in relationship to viruses. That's where our data is. That's where our true expertise is. So we got to keep all of this stuff in context here, right? So what else influences NK cell performance? Stress and anxiety. Research published in the peer-reviewed journal Stress and Health found a significant correlation between the capacity of individuals to cope with daily life stress and their NK cell activity. Folks who don't cope well with stress have significantly lower natural killer cell activity. I know you feel it. I've definitely felt it. Stress it's a different kind of stress. It's like stress with the stress has like a shenane kind of vibe to it. It just don't care. All right. It's got an attitude problem. All right. It's a different kind of stress that we're all experiencing. Civil unrest, fear, like we've never seen before in our society. And we've talked about this on many levels, but I really want this to cut through, and it's up to us to really change the conversation. I don't need the credit. I don't need the credit. I just need to see the conversation change. And it's up to us to speak on it, to have conversations with our loved ones, to share this information, because it matters. It really does matter. And we are powerful